A wonderful vehicle at a vantage point overlooking the western parts of the Sabi Sands. It's such a beautiful evening, and we decided to come here for two reasons: because it's a beautiful spot, as well as the fact that it is a place where I had male leopard tracks this morning. They were coming in this direction and then veered off the road. I couldn't establish which way they went, whether they went north or south, but it could be in this area. So I was hoping that by being silent for a few moments, we may be able to hear some clues as to where this animal could be. Anyway, sorry to cut you away from James so dramatically. It was a small break in signal there, and it sounded like you were having a wonderful, wonderful evening at a waterhole with him. So I think we may, though, continue here. It's still a while before the sun goes down, and I'm getting itchy feet, so let's go and see what we can find. The Nkuhuma Pride are sadly quite far into Buffelshoek. They moved further north and east during the day, so not good prospects of them coming back this evening, but that's not a problem, as there are lots of other animals out here, not just the lions. And if any of you may be joining for the first time, or have joined more recently on the Sunset Safari, it's a live safari, so what you're seeing is happening this very second. And it's not only live, it's also interactive. So if you'd like to ask either James or myself, Scott, any questions, it's really easy to do so. You just hashtag Safari Live on Twitter, or send an email through to questions@wildearth.tv. We're going to have a great sighting of this yellow-billed hornbill, so let's hope it doesn't fly away. It's busy digging through an old pile of elephant dung in the road, and Phil in the next few moments is going to take you in a little bit closer. Now what it's doing is it's interrupting the nutrient cycle a little bit, or I suppose getting involved in it. But what is happening is that below that elephant dung that's all been flattened into carpets of vegetation, underneath there are termites that are busy breaking down that plant matter, and the hornbill is disrupting the carpets of dung and unraveling them one termite at a time. So they're busy trying to break that down and get it into a reusable state that can be recycled and reused, with the little hornbill stopping them. But its droppings too will become a part of the nutrient cycles, and therefore so will the termites that it's busy eating. A few last snacks before bedtime, and you can see it's almost trying to cash in on as much as it can get. It knows it's going to be a cold night, and the animals will expend a lot of energy when it's cold in the evenings to keep warm. So he's just making sure that there's enough fuel to power its heaters. What a still, magical evening it is. There's not a breath of wind. And I'm feeling lucky. I don't know what it is, but I feel that something special is going to happen before this drive comes to a close. So if any of you, the viewers, are also feeling lucky, well, then don't go anywhere. That makes more than one of us. And I feel that the silence will soon be broken by some excitement. Alarm calls, perhaps. The rasping call of a leopard. would get me going fairly quickly. It is so wonderful how, as the day comes to a close, we can expect so much change, so many different things to happen. Many animals like hyena and lion and leopard will be more likely to vocalize in the late evening. And there will be a whole host of nocturnal animals that will be beginning to stretch and yawn and get ready for the night ahead. So it's also them that we are hoping to come across. And Phil's doing a wonderful job taking you right up to the sunset. And I think there's just about enough time for you to pour yourself a drink and enjoy the sun go down. That's typically what we do out here when we're on safari. It's a great time to stretch your legs, have a drink, and enjoy. Franklin's chattering off in the distance. And I don't think we're going to stay to watch the sun go down completely, but we'll keep a tab on it as we go. The hornbill was still scrounging around for a few last snacks. And we're off. What will happen next? Like I said earlier, I think the silence of this evening is going to be broken. And there's a host of different animals that could perform this for us. There's no say who it will be and when it will happen.